Thank you all so much for tuning in and watching today's video. Welcome to my channel, Lovely Moments Creating. My name is Jenny, and in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some beautiful DIYs that I created using planters from the Dollar Tree. I'm super excited for these DIYs because I love how they turned out. Now, as you can see, for the first DIY, I have a 3-pack of those trio planters from the Dollar Tree. Now, you can spray paint these, but I am going to leave them Now I'm just poking a hole at the bottom, and I'm just using my scissors because it worked pretty good, and then I'm just twisting my scissors back and forth just to make the hole bigger. And I am going to be doing this to 2 of the planters. One of them I will not be creating a hole. Now the one that I didn't create a hole with, I am going to add one of these little water pumps. Now I got this 3-pack of water pumps from Amazon, and I believe it was $9.99 for a 3-pack. I'm going to link that in the description box below. They have other ones on Amazon, but these are really easy to use, and I like things to be simple. The cord is pretty long, and it has the USB cable, so you can just plug it into one of the outlet blocks and you're good to go. So I'm going to unravel this so you can see that the cord is pretty long. And if you haven't already guessed, I am making a little fountain. So I'm just adding that down to the planter that doesn't have a hole in it. Now I have this tubing that I already had around the house, but you can actually use some straws for this. So I'm just going to place the tubing over the little sprout that's on the little water pump. Now I will also link in the description box below some tubing that Amazon has. I think it's like a couple of bucks, but you can just easily use some flexible straws and that will work just as good. So now I am taking another one of those planters and I am stringing the tube through the one that I made a hole in. And these planters are stackable, so as you can see, I am stacking them the way that they go. And you'll see that from the little grooves in the bottom of them. And I'm just now stringing the tubing through the third one. And once I get them placed, I am going to go back with some hot glue because I don't need this to come apart. I do want it to stay as one piece. So I'm just going back and adding hot glue where I connected them just to make sure that everything is nice and secure. So I am going to be creating a waterfall for a friend of mine for a housewarming gift. Now that one I will spray paint. I may not do a video, but I will post on Instagram or on my community tab that DIY when I complete it. So now that I have everything attached, I am going to cut this tubing down because I don't need my waterfall to go out and onto the floor. So remember your straw or your tubing or whatever you use, just cut it down depending on how high you want your water to flow. Now for the first planter, I am going to be adding some of these stones that I did pick up from the Dollar Tree. I'm also going to be adding stones to the second planter, but not to the third one because that's where I'm going to be adding my water. And I believe these stones will if it mixed with the water, some particles will come out and I don't want it to clog up the pump. So for the bottom one, I'll just be adding in some greenery to add with the water. So now I have these little round planters that have these cute little succulents, and all of these did come from the Dollar Tree. I just pulled the succulents out and add them into the rocks, and then I did get these eucalyptic picks from the Dollar Tree as well. And as you can see, I'm just pulling them off the stem and adding them to the bottom planter, and I'm going to add a few to the second planter as well. And that is just to sort of disguise the water because I don't want to add any stones down there, and just to make it nice and pretty. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you 3 water fountain ideas. So now I had another succulent from the Dollar Tree that I poured out of the pot. I did add this to the top right over the sprout, but I end up pulling it out and adding it in one of the second planters because when I plugged up my fountain, I didn't like how it have my water flow. So I end up pulling that piece out that I just added. And so what I'm going to do now is just pour the water in the bottom, and I'm just pouring it up into that line that's on the planter. And then all I have to do now is just get one of my plug-in blocks that I be using for my cell phone cord. I have several of those. As you can see, I'm just going to insert it. I plugged it up. This is how it turned out. So simple, so budget friendly, and so beautiful for your home. Now for my next fountain DIY, I'm going to be using one of these planters from the Dollar Tree, and I will be using a 2-pack of these pots here. Now I'm going to leave all of these this color. Once again, you can spray paint them, but I'm just going to keep it this color for now. Now what I'm going to do is glue the bottoms together, making sure that I line up that hole. So I'm just going to add some hot glue to the rim of the bottom of one of the pots, and then I'm going to place the other pot right on top, making sure that I just have the hole lined up. I hope this video inspires you all to create a fountain using some Dollar Tree items. It is so simple. So now that I have that complete, here's another one of those little water pumps, and what I'm going to do is add this to the bottom. Now that's the little sprout, and I just make sure that I have that facing up. So I'm just unraveling my cord so that I can place it right inside of the planter, but I'm going to add a piece of that tubing again. And like I say, the straws will work fine. I just had this tubing, I believe I got it with something that I ordered from Amazon a while ago, and so I just kept it. So now that I added it, I'm just going to place my little pump down, and then I'm just stringing my tubing through the 2 holes, and then placing it right in the planter. And then what I'm going to do is cut down the tubing. So the good thing about if you use those flexible straws that have the little bend top, you can create a little curve for your fountain. So I'm thinking about maybe next time using a straw. I have another bag of those rocks, and I'm only going to add the rocks inside of the center planter at the top, because I do not want to mix the rocks with the water at the bottom. So now once I got that complete, what I'm going to do is pour my water into the planter, and I am going to lift up the middle piece just to make sure water gets under there where the pump is. Now I got these pretty color eucalyptic picks from the Dollar Tree. I'm just pulling off the tags, and then what I'm going to do is just bend the stems. I'm not going to cut these stems off because I want to be able to switch these out for different seasons. Like when fall come, I would like to add in some other pretty picks. So now I'm just bending them and adding them into the water. I am going to pull a few of them off the stem just to add them around the rocks and my little tubing in the center. After I get that complete, that will be it. I am going to add my plug to my little USB cord, get this plugged up. This was so simple. I think this would be really pretty if it was like a brown color, but I absolutely love how this one turned out as well. Now this next planter is my favorite. I love this planter here from the Dollar Tree. I absolutely love the way that looks like wood. And I'm going to be using one of those trio planters out of the 3-pack from the Dollar Tree. I am going to create the hole again by just poking my scissors through and twisting them to create a hole. Now what I'm going to do is, this fits right inside of that larger planter, just like that. So what I'm going to do is add my pump, and I am just going to add some tubing to that one as well. I'm going to place that down, and I am going to trim that tubing down once I insert it and have my planter in place. I'll just take my scissors to clip that. Now what I'm going to do is just add in some more of those stones, and I'll be adding those to the planter on top. Once that is done, I am going to add my water into the larger planter. And then the Dollar Tree have so many different kind of succulents, but they put out some larger ones, and I thought those would be great because they cover up space, and so I'm going to use those to insert to cover up where you want to see my water. And I'm just going to add 3 of those. Then I grabbed another succulent that I had picked up from the Dollar Tree, and I pretty much just took that that succulent apart in pieces, and I'm just going to add those around the rocks, and that will be it for this one. I'm going to get it plugged up, and I absolutely love how this one turned out as well. Thank you all so much for tuning in and watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed this video just as much as I did. If so, please remember to give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already done so, subscribe to my channel because I would love to have you here. As always, in the comment section below, let me know which one of these DIYs were your favorite, or would you even consider creating one of these beautiful Dollar Tree DIY planter fountains. I absolutely love creating these. It's so much fun. Don't forget to check the description box below for the link to the water pumps. Amazon has so many different kinds, but these were just easy to use. And if you're not new to my channel, you know I love budget friendly and easy to do. Until next time, my sweet friends, stay safe so that I can see you in the next video.